Hi, my name is Cassidy Greenwald. I am a Girl Scout, a senior Girl Scout. I am a 10th grader at Yorktown High School, and my presentation is about native birds of Arlington in Virginia. Yeah. Now the reason I'm presenting this is because there's a declining native bird population in Virginia, because invasive birds are coming in and just taking over. Now, this is what an eastern bluebird is. This is what he looks like. Now he's very vibrant, much more vibrant than a female would be. This is a Carolina chickadee. Male, my personal favorite, very cute. This is a house wren. Male, he's only about that big. And last but not least, the tufted titmouse. Also male. Now, all these birds are cavity nesters, and what that means is that when woodpeckers come and make a cavity or a hole in their tree, these birds are the second birds to come in after the woodpecker. This is a birdhouse. This mimics or imitates a cavity in a tree. So oftentimes we will see these birds nesting in these boxes. Now, these birds will actually wait for food to come out until they nest. So if there's no food outside, then they won't nest until there is food outside. Some of their food contains berries, insects, and worms. Now, challenges these birds face are deforestation. Now, what is that? Deforestation is the cutting of trees and forests. Now, if there's no trees, then they won't have a place to lay their eggs, and so they won't have a habitat. So that's really dangerous for them. Some other challenges are pesticides, which will cover their food, and then they'll eat the food, which will get into their system, and obviously dangerous for them. And last is invasive birds and predators. Now, this is a chickadee nest. Inside you can see lots of moss and dog hair. And their eggs are just about that big. smaller than a chickpea. This is a house wren. Now, it's made of a bunch of sticks and twigs, and you can kind of see some bird feathers in there, and their eggs are brown and pretty small. And this is an eastern bluebird. I believe all made of tree pine needles. Now, both parents will actually help build the nest, and only the mom will sit on the eggs. Nesting season is from March to August, so all summer here. Chickadees actually only have one brood a year. What that means is they only have one chance to lay their eggs, so they really got to make it count. And birds will actually go house shopping, so they will really try and find their perfect forever home, you could say. And if it's not good, then they will never ever come back to that place. We had chickadees in our backyard, and we had a birdhouse there. And one year they just didn't find it suitable, and so they just decided never to come back. Now, their common predator is this evil little bird. This is the bully bird. He is a house sparrow. Now, what he will do is he will take over these nest boxes and kick out the old bird, kick out their eggs, and make their nest in here. These are the birds you'll find on street lights, on shopping center signs, anywhere. These are those birds. Now, it's not really fair if they can nest anywhere they want to have them take over this box specially made for, say, a chickadee. So, it's not really fair. Their nest looks like this. It's made of trash, leaves, and it's just overall very, very messy and unorganized. Their eggs are pretty big, almost the size of a robin's egg, and their eggs are also looking very muddy and dirty and spotted. Now, some other predators are snakes, you can see here. And raccoons. Now we have special protections against those predators with this box. Normally there would be a knoll guard around here, like we can see in the raccoon picture, and that helps predators from getting in. So that if the knoll guard is here, it's big enough for the bird to get in, but small enough so that a predator can't get in. Now for the snake, we would have a predator guard, and so that's basically a giant shield on the pole to keep snakes from slithering up and any other species from crawling up the pole. Another predator is the common house cat, which hunts all birds. So one thing you could do to help that is just put a bell on your cat or watch your cat from eating any birds. Now I am a member of the Virginia Bluebird Society, and that means that I get to protect all these beautiful birds, and I do that by bird box monitoring. When I monitor, I have this special notebook, and in it has information that monitors would need to know. There's tabs for each box, so this would be like box number 1. And in those tabs is special information, so we can see how the bird and the nests are developing. So if the nest is at stage 1, all the way at the bottom, and there's only a couple sticks in there, then I would say, oh, it's day 1, they just started making their nest. And then when it's all the way at the top, which happens, then it'll be like complete nest, and they're probably ready to have eggs if there aren't any already in there. At the end of every nesting season, monitors have to fill out this chart. And what this chart is just a summary of what happened all season. So we'd say how many species visited the nest, what species visited the nest, and so on. I monitor twice a week, just so we can see how the birds are developing. And if a house sparrow took over the box, then we just take it out and throw it away. And we monitor twice a week so we can stop the house sparrows from taking over. Now, some things that you guys can help us with is keeping your cats inside or putting a bell on them so they can stop killing birds. Replant trees. So if you ever have to cut down a tree, just replant one, and maybe in the future you'll see this beautiful bird in one. This is pretty universal. Don't litter, because we can see where our trash ends up, and we don't want to give these birds more resources to build their nest. And then another thing you can do is become a bird monitor like me and protect these birds. Yeah. Now, some fun facts about these birds is that every bird actually feeds its babies insects. And the babies will actually practice flying inside their box until they get the hang of it. And so they will flutter around in here, and then when they're ready, they'll just fly out. Babies will actually poop in little sacks, or like diapers kind of, and then the mama will come and take that diaper out of the box and dispose of it, so the nest stays nice and clean. And mama birds will actually have a bald spot on their stomach, which is called a brood patch, and so that helps transfer their body heat directly to the eggs that they're sitting on. This is a picture of how the baby birds develop. You can see they're they start out bald with their eyes closed. And they don't actually open their eyes until day 11. So their mouths will be wide open. They'll be very orangey targets like we can see here. And so their eyes are still closed, but their mouths will open so they can get the food. And their mouths are bright orange so that the mama can just target their mouths and, throw insects and worms in there. Now on the back is how their wings develop, which I think is very interesting. They kind of start out with chicken feet in the beginning, and then those slowly grow into what we can see as bird feet. And then they just grow out their wings. House wrens will actually make dummy nests, so they'll make multiple nests around their nest so that predators will actually go to the fake nest instead of their real nest. Pretty clever. And that concludes my presentation on bluebirds and native Virginia birds. Thank you so much for watching.